Hi, my name is Mbongeni Bebe. So today I just thought maybe let me do a quick snapshot of the small business series presentation. So basically here I'm going to take you through prepare and complete a tender document, whether it's a quotation or whether you're giving out a single rate or whether you're selling any small unit item. It's very important to realize that any selling price that you give out as a small business, or let me say unit rate, because in construction we use BOQs and then there's a unit rate for each item in the BOQ. Any single item, if you do not make profit on that single item, then in the whole BOQ you will not make profit as a business person. That is essentially what you need to understand in the whole of this video. So now I wanted to take you through everything and then explain to you why I've put the cover page with hands all together. The coronavirus has shown us that no one can work in isolation. You cannot work without relationships. For instance, you cannot work without your supplier, you cannot work without your employees, you cannot work without your subcontractor, you cannot work without your service provider. If ever you set up any business, you cannot work out without your creditors or your debtors. That is exactly what those hands symbolize. We have to work together all the time, right? I myself, with this YouTube channel, I cannot present this stuff if I don't have any audience. So all of my audience, if you never want to miss a video, subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the red button, subscribe, so that you get all my videos. Also click on the bell that you see over there, as well as click on share, so that anytime I upload any video, you will be in the loop. Okay, so I want to explain to you how this all works. Now, this is your business. This is like blood. This is like blood. If you take out blood from a human being dies. So if you don't do this, your business will fail. These are simple, basic principles of how you price, how you intend to charge your client. Whether you're in a barber shop, you're cutting someone's hair, you're charging 20 rand. This is how you need to work out your costs. Okay, so now this is how the various costs fit together. So what you have is your income, which is your selling rate, which I'll basically take you through step by step. I'll take you through your income, I'll take you through your costs, your unit cost, price per item, even if you're selling clothes, and then your markup, profit or risk, that is calculated as a percentage from the direct cost. So everyone would ask themselves, how do I actually price my tender, or how do I fill in my RFQ now that I've gone to the City Parks website and then I've picked up a request for quotation? How do I do it if I've got no general knowledge? I'd like to say something extremely important, okay, because I am also a professional. I'm a civil engineer, and please, all the businesses owners, or everyone who owns a business, right? This YouTube video is not a substitute of employing a professional quantity surveyor. Nowadays we've got a professional construction manager that is registered with the SACPMP, or a professional civil engineer who is also registered with the Engineering Council of South Africa. This is not a substitute. You can never learn this overnight. I had to spend more than a decade just trying to understand this information. But it just gives you a general view on how you can basically operate your business. So now I was talking about how do I price my tender. Okay, so keep in mind that you always need to make a profit, but now you are competing with other tenderers, right? So if you're competing with other people, how exactly are you going to know that this guy is the lowest? Well, obviously when it comes to competitive and experienced tender advisors, normally they suggest that a cost plus 7.5% tender price, or a 7.5%. There's normally a market-related markup. That's basically what I'm saying, because your costs basically do not change. Tendency is more or less in the 45 years and so on. And part of the reason why I'm even presenting this video, because I'm 34 years old, and in a decade I would be 45. So life expectancy will take me 6 feet under. Anyways, now where was I? In terms of the cost, the total cost is, if you're doing construction, the total cost is mainly your direct cost, like your materials. You need materials to build something, your bricks, your cabs, your paving, your cement, your sand. You need to know how much that will cost you, right? This video is actually for everyone, because even if you're doing a budget for a renovation that you want to do by your house, you need to find out the cost of your material. You need to find out the cost of the plant or the equipment that you're going to use. You need to find out the cost for your labor. You need to find out how much fuel it will cost you. You need to also find out how much it will cost you to continuously into your business. Most of our black companies, B, triple B, double E, have in the past or even now, there are a lot of companies under CIDB grade 1, which is not sustainable. We would like most of the companies to grow to CIDB 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 9. So business growth is if you make profit. Profit is not for you to buy luxury cars, you buy a nice BMW, you buy your nice Mercedes, Brabus, all those big companies that cost you like 9 million rand or a couple of thousands and thousands of euros. You know, you're only taking that money and you are sending it overseas for the people who actually manufacture those beautiful cars. Anyways, profit makes you replace your plant. If you've got your assets in your business are like your excavators, your graders and all that. So your profit is the one that makes you sustain your business. Do not take your profit as your salary. Earn your salary according to the amount of value that you contribute to your business. So I extremely respect anyone who's in the construction business, because construction can be a very risky business, you know. This is evident by the fact that the industry has the highest bankruptcy rate as compared to other industries, because if you have a look at most of the companies that have gone into business rescue, construction business rescue, and most of the companies that have fallen, you know, it is very, very easy for you to set yourself up as a business contractor. But when you get to grade 7, 8, 9, things just happen so fast, and then we just fall like a heap of dry leaves, And one of the major reasons why this actually happens is that you do not fully understand the cost of the work that you do. However, most contracts expect the contractor to carry most of those risks, right? So, but the risk can be managed, and it requires the contractor to think about the project in advance. I'm talking about planning now. I'm gonna put a lot of videos about planning, because if you do not plan for profit, you will never make a profit. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So, right, think about a project in advance, and then you make due allowance. This is up to you. I cannot decide how much risk you have, whether you went to either a loan shark, or you went to a bank to get a loan, or any other form of capital generation that you have. Maybe you asked your brother to help you out or anything. So a risk needs to be managed, and for you to make it in this industry, you need to be able to manage your risk by employing the right people. Employing the right people like myself, PR registered construction project manager, PR registered civil engineer, PR registered construction manager, and most importantly, a PR registered occupational health and safety agent for your site. Because if someone gets injured on your site, it will cost you a hell lot of money than just employing a PR registered OHS agent, registered obviously with the SACPMP. So yeah, preliminary and general pay items. Oh, this one is an extremely difficult item, especially for maybe say you've got no background in construction, and then you're wondering what exactly is what we call preliminary and general, or P's and G's. P's and G's is a short term that you always hear on a construction site. People talking about it, and then you tend to wonder, how can someone actually estimate their preliminary and general items? So those preliminary and general items, what are they? Preliminary and general items are those that are not directly related to work, items in a bill of quantities, and they may either be like a fixed, like establishment cost, whether you are taking containers and you're putting them on site, or a lobet comes and drops off a certain plant. Those are like your preliminary and general costs, which normally range like 8 to 12% of the contract. Some BOQs do specify that you cannot exceed like 50% of the total contract value, obviously excluding that, because VAT is for sales, So yeah, so preliminary and general costs, can be explained as like all the on-site costs that cannot be directly included in a rate. For example, you would not include your secretary's or site clerk salary in a brickwork rate. Okay. So when you are supplied with a bill of quantities or schedule of quantities, even if you're a small SMME with one line item, if you need to ask your main contractor that what is it they are going to pay for, because you might have some costs for your baki, all those things come up as preliminary and general, because you cannot charge them in your rate, your airtime, the one that you use to phone, and so it makes it like a lot easier for you to remember those costs to take into account, because obviously you will be required to calculate a cost to provide each of the required P's and G's items. When I was a site agent, an SMMA would come and ask me like a question like, okay, how are you going to pay for this item? So you do not code for it, you know. In as much as we want to eradicate poverty and unemployment, you know, we obviously need to work within the restrictions of the industry. You know, you cannot demand to be paid for nothing. So for all the SMMEs, or this very small SMMEs, please ask management of the main contractor, how are you getting paid if you do not understand how you're getting paid? Because that normally causes, you know, industrial unrest and all those things, and then it disturbs a project, and then that really like stops like everything. It affects our fiscus, no one gets paid, unemployment becomes worse, poverty becomes worse. So each one of us has got a huge impact on this. So make sure you do your best to make sure that the project goes smooth. So like P's and G's, I'm just gonna give you like a quick list, because obviously I cannot like compress everything in one video, and you obviously cannot learn all this overnight. So I'll obviously post out or upload like 2 or 3 videos, because I'm also busy with other things. 2 or 3 videos per week. You will get a lot of valuable information only if you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the red button, so that you do not miss any single video. So P's and G's, you've got supervision, your site agent or your supervisor, foreman, blah blah blah, the guys that you pay. If you are an entrepreneur, employ the right people to do the job. Don't try and do it yourself. Okay, setting out. Well, you can do it yourself, but if you want guaranteed profits and, you know, guaranteed income, it's wise to employ the right professionally registered people. If you want to really get a job, employ a quantity surveyor to do the pricing for you. But I'm just giving you this in a nutshell so that you understand what comes out of a BOQ, or how do you prepare your quotation. Site camp facilities, water and electricity supply. Ever want to miss a video, subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the red button. Bye.